What's going on YouTube? Find some green here with Dirt and Diamonds Gaming. We're going to take a quick look at some guys that you should be looking to invest in with the roster update that's coming up for June 7th. First place we're headed to is the Bronx, as the Yankees have been playing phenomenal baseball lately. Anthony Volpe's on an 18-game hit streak. As you can see, his price is already kind of on the high side. There is a little bit of room if he goes gold to get some sort of profit. You may want to consider running some back orders on him. He's been playing out of his mind. There's really no other way to put it. He's batting .282 right now. He's hitting .357 since the last roster update. And yeah, I'm looking forward to when he actually gets his fielding upgrade and his speed upgrade, because they've done him dirty in both. But when the roster update happens that has the speed and fielding upgrade, he's got a chance to go diamond. If you manage to get in on him and he continues to hit, you might want to hold. I know typically when we do these, it's, you get in, you get out, you take your stubs and you run. He might be one to watch, just in case. Moving on from Anthony Volpe, we've got Alex Verdugo, who's been hitting quite well since the last roster update as well. He's hitting .357 with a home run and 6 RBIs. Clark Schmidt's not getting the notoriety that Luis Gil is, but Clark Schmidt has also been playing pretty well throughout the entire season. His last start against the Mariners was not his best, but still not bad. There's potential there. I don't know what they're going to do with him exactly. Luis Gil, if you got in when he was really cheap, then you should be selling everything off now. He's going for $528 on the buy now, and he's $353 on the sell now, and his quick sale value is 25 stubs. If you've been living under a rock, or you hate the Yankees and haven't seen him pitch at all, for the season he's 6-1 with a 2.11 ERA. He has 70 strikeouts over 55 innings, and his WHIP is a 1.01. In the two starts that we've had, the two starts that he's had, I'm a Yankee fan. The two starts that he's had since the roster update, he is 2-0 with 6 hits given up, 3 walks over 12 1/3 innings pitched, and he has 22 strikeouts. There's no way in hell he's staying at a 74. I don't even think if he tanks his next start, he stays at a 74. Marcus Stroman's also, the entire staff has been pitching well, knock on wood. Marcus Stroman, since the last roster update, has given up 6 hits over 13 1/3 innings, 2 walks and 11 strikeouts. He's, not that earned runs matter, but he's given up 1 run. It could factor into his pitching clutch, actually thinking about it. He pitched out of a couple of jams yesterday. Moving on to the Blue Jays, Yimi Garcia has been phenomenal all season. I think there's still room there for him to grow. Over his last 3 outings, he's struck out 3 batters in 2 1/3 innings, issuing 1 walk and no hits. He's just barely over quick sell at the moment. Garrett Crochet has been pitching well. His value's already inflated. Quick sells at 600. If you want to get in, you can. I know there's going to be guys that everyone's like, oh, you haven't mentioned them. I'm not going to mention every single player, especially when they're so far above their quick sell value that there isn't much room to grow. If you see guys that are way over their quick sell value, your best bet is to put in lower orders. That way, if they dip, like we've talked about in the prior stub making and investing tips for beginners, you either buy the dip if they don't go gold or go diamond, and then you sell again as it rises up, or you put in orders, and if they do go to gold or diamond, then hopefully you get it on the back order. Moving to the Guardians, Andres Gimenez has hit a couple of home runs. He may have a chance for a little bit of growth. Ben Lively is going for basically nothing. His last start, he's only had 1 start since the last update, but he pitched 5 2/3, gave up 6 hits, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. For the season, his ERA is 2.84, which again, the ERA doesn't matter, but he's got 38 strikeouts over 38 innings with a 1.24 WHIP. His hits per 9 suck. His Ks per 9 suck. His walks per 9 are okay. There's room. I think there's room. I'm in. I'm probably going to buy more. It's entirely up to you. Moving on to the Twins. As you can see, I already have 45 Johan Durans. Listen, after the roster update, he should have gone diamond during the last roster update. But as we talked about in the last one, in the comment section, innings were probably going to be a problem. He didn't have a crap ton of innings. He's got some innings now. He got hit around on the 17th a little bit. He gave up 3 runs on the 19th. And then his last 3 outings, he's got 3 innings pitched with 2 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Opponents are now batting 179 off him. It's not like they're, hitting the cover off the ball. Those 2 outings right after the update were a little rough, but he seems like he's turned the corner since. You can see the buy orders are still filling. He's at quick sell price. Buy him at $1,500. If he continues to pitch well over the next week and a half before the update, he's going to go up. And then you have a choice. You can sell him and then put in orders again, or you can ride it out to the update. But at $1,500 right now, even if he shits the bed for the next 2 weeks, it's okay because you can just sell it back at $15. It's basically risk-free. Just please, for the love of God, make sure you monitor what he's doing. Okay? If he's pitching well and you need Stubs quick, don't quick sell him. Find something else to move. If he's pitching like crap and you forget to get rid of him before the update, I don't know what to tell you. As you know, anything that you invest in, you have to make sure you keep an eye on. Now, with that said, Kyle Tucker, he's 400 above quick sell. He's hitting a crap ton of home runs. I think he's at 17. Him and Judge are tied at 17. But the guy that I really want to talk about is Brent Rooker. Right? Brent Rooker right now is hitting 286 for the season. Since the last roster update, he's hitting 345 with a home run and 6 RBIs. Does have 11 strikeouts, so that's obviously, his vision already sucks. It's a 31. But from a contact perspective, he should, as long as he continues to hit, he should get a bump. And right now I'm buying him at 194. If he goes gold, it's 400. You can tell by his buy now price, he's already getting close to there. I'm going to buy up as many as I can and try to move them in the interim before the update happens. And as long as he stays hot, that price should continue to rise. Again, everything is always invested at your own risk. I can't promise you one way or the other what's going to happen. I'm just giving you ideas. Zach Geloff is not hitting well at all. I'm buying up 74s because Team Affinity Season 2 Chapter 1's coming out. So we're buying 74s and we're looking at 74s and we're going to be buying 78s just like usual. But this is a specific roster update for investment purposes. There may be some on the list that are on the lower end that have a chance that you can buy them relatively cheap and they may go up, but we'll see. Moving on, I don't have much to say about the Mariners. Corey Seager's hitting better, but with the price that he's at now, there's absolutely no reason to invest. Adolis Garcia still is not hitting well. Marcus Semion's now forgotten how to hit. Jonah Heim hasn't been hitting well either. Nathan Eovaldi's just coming off the IL soon, so they won't really see much movement there. And then after that, I think John Gray just went to the IL, but he's actually been pitching decently. But moving on from them, Chris Sale, as you can see, his price is inflated. If you got in quick, I would definitely consider moving around. If you haven't gotten in yet, put in your back orders. Marcell Ozuna, guy's a monster. His hitting isn't quite maxed yet, but it's getting pretty damn close. Like if you look, he needs to get a plus 11 in hitting, in contact to left and contact and power to left, just to get to 85. So unless they buff his contact and power to right, it's going to have to be pretty hefty for him to get there. His fielding's atrocious. Like, he's not hit. So, yeah, he's already a diamond hitter. He has common defense. I think it was two years ago. I want to say it was 2 years ago. It was somebody was, I think it was JD Martinez, actually, with his terrible hitting. But they still eventually brought him up to diamond. Or no, I'm sorry. His terrible fielding, but they still eventually brought him up to diamond because of his hitting. It could happen. It might happen. I wouldn't overly invest in it. I'd probably settle back down more closer towards his quick sell price and check and see how many orders are in there. Sean Murphy, as far as I know, isn't actually playing right now. Austin Riley still hasn't remembered how to hit. Matt Olson's not hitting well. Ronaldo Lopez is, he's not great, but he's not bad. I don't really have much to say on the Marlins right now. This was supposed to be a quick video, and it's obviously running a little bit longer. Matt Strahm has been pitching his ass off. That has not changed. Since the update, he's got 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He should have gone diamond last time. I can't believe he hasn't. Bryson Stott, not so much. Not so much. Ranger Suarez, I think, has been playing pretty well, but his price is already up there. As you can see, I was buying JT Realmuto since the last update. He got absolutely no movement whatsoever, which is great because he's still relatively close to quick sell, and the market hasn't quite figured it out yet. But JT Realmuto, since the last update, is hitting .355 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. He's hitting .359 over his last 15 games and .296 over his last 30. He's hitting now .288 for the season. At some point, they have to bring him back to respectability. I don't know why in the world they thought that he can't hit, but if you're not in on him yet, especially considering that quick sales is only at 900 and he's sitting at 997, I'd get in soon. I'd get in soon because at some point somebody besides me is going to say something, and somebody who everybody watches is going to say something, and his price is going to skyrocket. I mean, unless he completely shits the bed over the next week and a half, but I doubt it. Moving on. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not moving on. So the sleeper guy, but he's not really a sleeper because people have already started to figure it out, is Edmundo Sosa. Edmundo Sosa is hitting .381 since the last roster update. He's got 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. He's hitting .333 for the season with 3 home runs and 13 RBIs. Is he going to get a plus 16 to diamond? No. I'm not sure where exactly they'll cap him out, but he's definitely not going to be a bronze if he continues to play well. I don't see how they could possibly. Those numbers do not indicate a bronze rating. Moving on from the Phillies, we are heading... Well, okay, we're going to stop off for the Cubs real quick. Shota, you can tell his price is up. His price was up last time. And I told everybody in the video that saw it that if you had him, you should probably sell him because he wasn't going to go diamond, because they were going to probably wait one more cycle because he was an unknown and a new player. And as you can see, he didn't go diamond. This time, he's been pitching pretty phenomenally. Let me pull him up real quick because I wasn't going to talk about him, but I don't want to skip him completely. He's had 1 start since the last update. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. So he just stays really consistent. And to be honest, his strikeout rating at a 66 is atrocious, given the fact that he's got 58 strikeouts in 53 innings. I would expect that he should go diamond this time, provided he doesn't tank his next 2 starts. If he gets 2 more starts in, he should get another start. Yeah, he should get another 2 starts. He hasn't pitched since the 18th. Actually, it's kind of funny. He hasn't pitched. He should be pitching. I don't know. It's been 8 days. He should pitch at some point soon. But yeah, I would try to get in on the lower side if you could at this point. His price is already pretty inflated. Moving on, Ellie De La Cruz. He's not hitting well. I don't really have much else to say, but they bumped him to 81 anyway. I don't know what they're going to do with him. He's a fan favorite, and he gets special treatment because he's Ellie De La Cruz. Yeah, Freddie Peralta's kind of... He's kind of in that in-between. He's been pitching better, but he hasn't been pitching great. But he does have 71 strikeouts over 56 innings. His last start on the 22nd, 7 innings, he got the loss, but it was 7 innings, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts. On the 17th, which was the day of the roster update, he went 5 innings with 8 hits, but had 7 strikeouts. So over his last 12 innings, he's given up 12 hits, he's got 13 strikeouts, 2 walks. Again, earned runs aren't supposed to matter, so the fact that he gave up 6 is potentially irrelevant. Christian Yelich is still hitting the piss out of the ball. He's hitting 348 since the last roster update. He hasn't had any home runs, but he's still hitting 348. His contact numbers versus righties are pretty good. His contact numbers against lefties at 70. I mean, he's hitting 304 against lefties right now with 7 hits and 23 bats. Not an exceptionally large sample size, but he's also slugging 652 against lefties, and he only has 60 power. There should be some room there. Bryce Turang, I know we talked about in the last update. He went up from a 76 to a 78, as you can tell by his price right now. The market's starting to acknowledge that he might very well be on his way to gold. They just need to get his hitting numbers up. He's got speed and fielding, but he may also get a speed upgrade when, if not a speed upgrade, possibly. I mean, he steals a lot of bases, as far as I know. Only 7. I take that back. The other guy to talk about here is Bryce Wilson. Bryce Wilson you can get at Quick Sell. Bryce Wilson right now has 38 strikeouts over 44 innings. He's given up, since the last roster update, he's pitched 10 innings, 11 hits, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Yeah, he's at a 74 and he's a quick sell. He should be a silver come the next update. And he costs almost nothing in order to get in. Moving on, we got Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds has been playing pretty well since the last roster update. He's right now hitting 310 with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. The Cardinals are a funny bunch. I've got a whole bunch of Ryan Helsley from the last roster update. He's not pitching exceptionally well lately, but I'm in a wait and see mode. I got them all for under quick sell, so selling them now for quick sell is already a profit, but we have a week and a half, so I'm going to hold for a bit and see what happens. Mason Wynn. Mason Wynn's been playing really well, but that's reflective of his price. Yeah, his buy now is 485. His sell now is 111. The 485 might be a little high at the moment. It seems like a lot of people's orders just got filled. I don't know how much I'd buy into that. Kyle Gibson, no. Strictly just team affinity. Moving on to Arizona, you have Christian Walker. Christian Walker, as usual, you know, he's a power guy, but he's hitting 280 since the last update with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. His contact numbers aren't great. His power numbers versus right aren't great. If you look, it's plus 13 on both sides to go to 86. Sorry, it's plus 13 contact and power versus left to go to 86. It shouldn't be that hard for him to get to an 85. He just needs to keep playing ball. Moving on to the Rockies, I told you guys last time that I was trying to get in on Ryan McMahon, and obviously I did. He was at a 76. They bumped to a 77. Right now he's going for 301. His sell now price is only 145. His last 7 games he's only batting 192, but he has hit 3 home runs. So it is possible that he may still get some movement. I may not. I wouldn't get too crazy about him. Monitor the situation. I would just monitor the situation. Cal Quantrill, dirt cheap right now. For what he's doing, he's dirt cheap right now. His last start against the Athletics, he went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. Again, he's a 74. It's 12 stubs above quick sell right now. I'm going to wind up buying a bunch. And the whole point of buying these 74s right now that have been pitching well is I don't care how high they go as long as they go, right? If he goes to a 75, okay. If he goes to a 76, that's even better. But for every 74 that I can get that's due for an upgrade, then that's just more I get to put in for the exchanges at a cheaper cost than what it would have usually been. Moving on to the Dodgers, Glasnow's been okay. I don't know how crazy I get. Will Smith, not so much. And then the last guy that I really want to talk about, I know a lot of people were big on Yu Darvish. He just got shit on by the Yankees. So that's something to monitor. But then Dylan Cease just got shit on by the Yankees. Robert Suarez has been pitching really well. as his price already reflects it. There's not much room there. The last guy I want to talk about is Logan Webb. Logan Webb got an unnecessary downgrade last time, in my opinion. But since his unnecessary downgrade, he's got a start versus the Pirates on the 21st, and he's pitching against the Mets today. So let's see. All right, the Mets, they're in the second inning, but versus the Pirates, he went 6 innings with 6 hits, 1 walk, and he struck out 6. Versus the Mets so far, because the Mets have been terrible, he's got 2 innings, 1 hit, and 4 strikeouts just to begin the game. Other guys that you may want to consider taking a look at, possibly Tanner Houck. Cutter Crawford has been pitching well, but his last start was not the best. And I guess we could take a quick look at Tyler O'Neill to wrap things up. No, Tyler O'Neill is batting terribly. If you're in on Tyler O'Neill, I might consider getting out. He's hitting $148 with 11 strikeouts in the last 27 bats. Now, just to quickly recap, not everybody that I tell you is going to go anywhere. It's usually I usually put this update out a bit later, but I figured with the way the prices are and some of the guys that I'm looking to invest in, if I'm right and if they continue to play the way they are, by the time I got the next video out, their prices would have already gone up. So I want to make sure you guys got a decent chance at them now. There are some cards that I haven't mentioned that probably will go diamond or could go gold, but because of where their pricing is, I did not include them. And I hope this helps. If you made it this far, I know it's a long video. Every time it's a roster update, it's a long video. I'd appreciate a like. Please consider subscribing, clicking the notification bell. If I missed anybody, or if you have any questions about anybody that you're looking at, please comment down below. If I found somebody that you weren't sure about or didn't know about, please consider commenting down below. And as always, I appreciate the time. And until next time, you have a good one.